So very good afternoon, students. Now we will see the second part of this our computation technique, and we will study about this current computation technique in previous class. So in the part first, we will see that there are two modes of conduction, and up to TU time we will just see that. So thyristor TM will be off when this IC equals to I naught. So the capacitor waveform will be positive, IC equals to IP sin omega naught T2, and this capacitor voltage is negative. So we'll see these two terms and the graphic waveform up to this T2 point. So this ITM now we will reduce 0 by up to T2 time. Why it is 0? Because we make ITM current to be 0. So this thyristor TM will be off, so that current will now falls from this I naught to the 0. So in this way main thyristor will be off after T2 time, and this IC current waveform which is IP sin omega t positive. So this the negative waveform now will come in the upper direction and sinusoidal fashion. So up to T2 time it will achieve the maximum value IP that is Vs under root of C by L. And what is the capacitor waveform? So the up to T2 time we will see that the capacitor voltage waveform will be minus Vc. See this capacitor voltage waveform, which is cosine in the function, and it have the minus Vs cos sine inverse of I naught divided by IP, sine cos omega naught t. So basically it is Vc equals to minus Vs cos omega naught t. So it is a cosine function and having a peak amplitude of minus Vc up to time T2. So up to time T2, this will be this is the mode 1, and up to time T1, and this TA will go up there, and after TM will be start main thyristor, and main thyristor will be continue up to this T2 time, and it will off at T2 time. The capacitor voltage having amplitude of this minus Vc and cos omega naught T2. So it will continue in the cosine function up to time T2, and after T2 this TM will be off. Now we will see the third mode of conduction. So in the third mode of conduction, main thyristor will be off, and auxiliary thyristor it will already off. So now capacitor polarity will be minus plus VR, because at the end of second mode we will see that capacitor polarities are of minus plus VR. So we will continue with that polarity, and so as the TM will be off, so this main source current ITM will now flowing through this LC branch to the load, as IC follow the load current because load is inductive. So load is inductive, so output current will be constant, and this output current will be equal to now IC, because charging current will be flowing from the positive polarity. So this IC equals to I naught, or I naught is already constant, so IC is also having constant magnitude. So now we will find the capacitor voltage. So 1 upon C integration IC dt. If we integrate this constant term, because IC equals to I naught, so it will be I naught upon IC into T, because so it is a straight line. So capacitor voltage equation is now a straight line, but IC equals to I naught, which is a constant one. So in the diagram we will see that in the third mode of conduction, so this I naught is already constant because it is a pure inductive load case, and it is a T3 time which main thyristor will off, so it is on the x-axis TM will be 0, and this IC will be now equal to I naught. IC will be equal to I naught, which is constant one. So its capacitor current will be in the parallel to x-axis, and this after T2 this will be the straight line of capacitor charging. So capacitor voltage waveform now will be straight line up to the point, up to the conduction of T3 duration, and this intersection on the x-axis show the circuit turn-off time of the main thyristor. Circuit turn-off times means main thyristor is in, we will see that what is the TCM and what is this VR. VR is the reverse voltage applied. This amount of reverse voltage will be applied, and for turning of this main thyristor. So now we'll calculate the VL, that is a voltage across this inductor. What is the voltage across this inductor? So voltage across the inductor will be given by the expression L di upon dt. So I naught equals to constant, as the load is pure inductive, so VL equals to 0. VL equals to 0 means this inductor will be short circuited. So as this short circuited means voltage across this inductor will be 0. So at the end of this third mode, now polarity will be plus minus of Vs. So in this case, what we will see that this Vs and Vs, the supply voltage Vs and this plus minus Vs at the end, these two are opposing. These two are opposing. So because we apply the KVL, then Vs minus Vs equals to 0. So there is no voltage difference. So there is no voltage difference. So IC will be now charging current will be equals to 0. So as the charging current will be equal to 0, then output current will be also be 0. So now capacitor voltage opposing the supply voltage. So IC equals to 0, I naught equals to 0. Now we will see the some of the parameters. What is the first parameter? ITM, that is the main thyristor peak current. So what is the main thyristor peak current? So as we know, as the main thyristor will be on condition in the mode first, we will see that the whole current from the input side will be flowing to the load side. So the maximum current which will be flowing through this main thyristor will be equals to what? I naught. But in case of thyristor TA on, then what is the maximum current flowing through this, which is the current, which is charging current, which will be flowing in this path. So maximum value will be Vs under root C by L, because it is a peak current of this sine nature. So IP equals to Vs root C by L. So what is the peak value of this main thyristor? Main thyristor will be equals to I naught and auxiliary thyristor will be equals to Vs root C by L. This amount of current will be flowing peak value. What is the conduction time of thyristor? So up to T1 time, the thyristor TA is on, starting as we assume that at T is equals to 0, as thyristor TA is on at T is equals to 0, and up to time T1, this thyristor will be on condition. So this is the conduction time of the auxiliary thyristor, which will be given as pi root of LC. And fourth point, T is equals to pi root LC plus root LC sin inverse I naught by IC. So it is at T1 time, it is at T2 time. So with the whole time T will be defined as conduction time required to off TM after TA on. So as the TA will be on from 0 to T1, and after that TM will be on. So in that up to T1 time TA will be on, and up to T2 time TM will be on condition. So after TM will be off, so total time will be T is equals to T1 plus T2. So it is a conduction time required to off TM, that is at T2 after TA will be on. So now we'll find the fifth point, T minimum. What is the minimum time required to off the TM after TA on? So it will be given by pi root LC. As this T2 will be 0, then it will be equals to only T1 will be there. So this is the minimum time. So if this term will be 0, when this term will be 0, when this sine inverse of this quantity will be 0, then this T2 time will be 0. So minimum time will be pi root of LC. And what is the maximum time? T maximum. So T2 we will have to calculate the T2 maximum. T2 will be given by root LC sin inverse I naught divided by IP. So if I naught equals to IP at this, that is in second mode. So if these two are equal, then it will be equal to pi. So it will be equal to pi by 2. Sorry, at the pi by 2, sin inverse of 1 equals to pi by 2. So this term comes out to be pi by 2 when I naught equals to IP, and root LC will be there. So it is a T2 maximum will be given by pi by 2 root LC. If we add pi root LC and pi by 2 root LC, then it will be 3 pi by 2 root LC. There is a maximum time required to turn on the off the main thyristor after TA on. And this is 7th point, I naught greater than IP, then commutation will not possible. So we see that, and as I naught equals to IP, then so see in the second mode, we will go in the second mode. So in the second mode we will see that when this IC equals to I naught, then commutation will be possible, or IC will be less, this I naught also commutation will be possible. But when this I naught will be greater than of IC, then commutation will be never be possible. So in this point we will see that I naught greater than IP, that is the maximum value of this charging current, then commutation will not possible. But in case of I naught less than equals to IP, some commutation will be successful. What is the 8th point? Maximum reverse voltage across the main thyristor. What is the maximum volume across the main thyristor? So reverse voltage in the second at the end of second mode, we will see that this VR amount of voltage will be applied across the main thyristor to turn off this. So it will be given Vs cos sine inverse of I0 divided by IP. This amount of voltage will be required to turn off the main thyristor. What is the 9-point circuit turn off time of the main thyristor? So it will be given T is equals to C into VR upon I0. So VR is the reverse voltage which will be applied to turn off the main thyristor. So as we know, it will be C into VR upon I0. Simple calculation. And now in mode third, Tm is off, then capacitor supplied reverse voltage up to time means capacitor voltage negative up to time is Tm. So up to the waveform C at up to the circuit time TCM, which is shown on the x-axis, the capacitor voltage in negative direction. So up to time TCM capacitor voltage will be reverse, and after that it will be positive. So up to time circuit turn off time TCM, and this is the reverse voltage which will be appeared across the main thyristor, which is given by Vs cos of this amount, cos of sine inverse I0 divided by IP. This is circuit turn off time will be calculated by this expression. And this is the important note, without diode, if we not use the diode in this circuit, then what will happen? So without a diode, auxiliary thyristor which is TA has no control on the commutation, and so commutation will take automatically. So if we not put the diode here, what will happen? In starting, this capacitor polarity will be plus minus Vc. So if we not use the diode, then this at the end of the cycle, then this capacitor voltage when reverses, it will automatically turn off the this TA thyristor. So if we automatically turn off this auxiliary thyristor, then commutation will be automatic. So there is no control on the commutation. So it will be not a good condition. So this is the first cycle in which this charging current will be flowing through the main thyristor, but in the second mode, as this capacitor voltage reverses, then it will automatically switch off turn off this thyristor T2. So there is no control of this charging or discharging of the capacitor on the auxiliary thyristor conduction. So this diode will be necessary in the current commutation circuit. So in this way we will complete the current commutation, and in the next we will see the third type of commutation, class C commutation, which is also known as the complementary commutation. So we will see the complementary commutation in the upcoming lecture. Thank you.